So this is week 2, day 1, and when he came back in after the weekend, he was a little bit out of control with the owner. She was unable to get a muzzle on him again. We had her just stick him in the kennel, and he was obviously worked up and agitated, barking in the kennel, so we just wanted to get him out.
Hey, pal.
He just doesn't even know what to do with himself right now. He's looking at you lovingly. He is. That's not aggression barking. That's I want you to come in here and hang out with me barking.
Oh, I think you got a new dog.
You got a new friend, Amy.
He's gonna bite my butt again.
And it only took a few minutes of being out with us before he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys are cool." So, this is sort of just like a check-in, and I was just saying, I don't personally feel like we're going to really need the muzzle much more for ourselves to work with him, but he still needs work on muzzle conditioning because he's going to need it a bit at home. And like some of the other kenneling staff that takes him out at the end of the night and stuff, we might want the muzzle on for that. And, but I kind of want to check in, continue with some of the exercises that we did from last week. I'm curious about maybe starting some food claiming with him. Both because it'll be useful to continue to develop our relationship with him, but also I think it may be a useful exercise for both of his owners, for the female owner to become a little bit more comfortable with how to be strong with him, and for the male owner, if what is being relayed to us is true, the male owner is a little bit too aggressive with him, not physically aggressive, but like does like stare downs with him and gets really like worked up if he's getting worked up. So teach the male owner, how to more appropriately be assertive in a way that makes more sense to the dog. Because the issue isn't being assertive or trying to correct him. The issue is doing it in a way that doesn't make any sense to the dog and then just further exacerbates the situation. So that's kind of my goal for the first portion of this week, and then kind of see where we land from there. I think the biggest question mark in this case is going to be the family. I think he's a nice dog. I think he's a nice dog who was put into a crappy situation. I think the family is a nice family who was sold a dog that they should never have been sold. So it's not his fault. It's not their fault. Personally, I put a lot of blame on the breeder. I do not think it makes any sense to give a German Shepherd that was already returned once, who's not the most stable dog in the world, to an elderly couple of whom the male has never owned a dog before, or at least never a dog like this, as far as I know, and a female who has a brain injury, and they're both like elderly. So
she did bring Dramamine.
Just really irresponsible to sell a dog like this to a family like that, and that's the problem right there. That's the issue. That's the situation that we're in. So we go from there. But this, you look at him now, and you can see there's a really sweet dog underneath all of that neurotic fear and aggression that's coming out. There's, really quite nice dog, very handsome dog too.